taking time to bring you here. It'll be a great day, great session here with Coach. So thanks for coming. If you have questions, speak up. All right, make sure you line up partners when you warm up, and respect the facility. Okay, you got water bottles, trash at the end. Let's make sure we're cleaning up when we're done. Okay. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, first off, congratulations you guys for being here. I mean, there's a little bit of a criteria to be in these clinics. So it's congratulations to you guys for being here, not just anybody walking off the street. So good job on that. Parents, I apologize for the lack of seating and stuff. There is a conference room up front or a lunchroom if you want to sit down and relax, but other than that, you know, we don't have much of standing room only. I'm sorry about that. As I'm excited to bring in Coach Bormet. Coach Bormet is head coach at University of Michigan. I've known Coach Bormet for probably 20 years now, I'm guessing, or around 20 years. He used to run a club. It was called Overtime School Wrestling. And they were out in Naperville, New York, and I always would compete against Sean in Tulsa. I said, man, this guy really has it going on here. He has a tough team. These kids are tough. These kids are disciplined. They have great technique. I said, I got to see what this is all about. If you guys know me, I don't travel to other clubs very often. I took my club and went to Overtime to see what they were doing there. And I was really blown away by Coach Bormet's professional approach to the sport. You know, a lot of us get the reputation of being meatheads and thugs and they always beat your brains and type stuff. Well, Coach Bormet will do that to you too, but he takes a real good professional approach to the sport, and it really paid off well for him. This year he won the Big Ten champions. They took second in the NCAA. That's huge. 6 All-Americans with the national champion. That's huge. You guys know me again. What do I say the hardest thing in all sports? What is it? To win an NCAA title in wrestling. Nothing compares to that. And he had one this year, and 5 other All-Americans. So he's doing a really, really good job up there. Coach Bormet wrestled at Michigan himself, right? You're All-American there? Yeah. So he wrestled up there himself, and he's back there coaching now. Another funny story is Coach Bormet was one of my very first, if not the very first, reseller of defense soap. So I had, like, I have other people sell my soap. And Coach Bormet was one of the very first guys to believe in what we were doing. And make a long story short, 20 years later, 17 years later, whatever, Coach Bormet received the Defense Soap NCAA Coach of the Year award, right? Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So we actually sponsored the NCAA Coach of the Year that's given by the NWCA. We sponsored that award, and Coach Bormet won it. So it's just kind of neat how the whole thing came around. Then one other thing, you guys that grumble about Michigan, let me explain something to you. There's 70 Division I schools of college wrestling, about, give or take. 70 of them. All right? That's 700 scholarships out there. Understand that? Out of the entire country, the entire United States of America, every single wrestler, there are 700 Division I at best, because some schools get 3 or 4. There's 700 scholarships. 0.9% of you are going to get a scholarship. Less than 1%. It doesn't really matter if it's going to be Michigan or whatever. Those allegiances change when you start representing what type of education, what type of a man you want to represent in college. So, we're not to Michigan, right, Coach?
That's right.
I mean, if you get college scholarship to someplace, Michigan's not that place to go. So with that, I'll just turn it over to you. You guys, Coach Bormet, want to practice the same respect you give everybody else you give Coach Bormet here. Understand? If not more. Got it?
Thanks, guy.
All right.
Appreciate it. Let's talk to you guys just for a couple minutes, and then we'll get started. Good warm up. Probably do about an hour or so of technique. Just try to work on some positions on the feet, setups, attacks. A lot of emphasis on details. You know, I was fortunate. My path to being a head coach at Michigan was not like a traditional path where I just stayed in college coaching. I was in college coaching as an assistant, and then I decided to open my club, and I ran that for like 12 years, like Coach Sigler said. And I was able to work with all different age levels. So I spent 12 years working with kids your age, all the way through high school, all the way through college, and Olympic level guys. We were training all those different age groups in our facility. So I had the privilege of kind of figuring out how to create, basically different systems of teaching wrestling to all the different age groups. But the consistent thing is that the winning attacks and the winning positions are the same at every level. So the things I'm going to be working with on you guys today are the same thing I'm working with our college guys, to our guys getting ready for the U.S. World Team Trials next weekend in Iowa. Single legs, double legs, high crotch, front headlock. But it all boils down to like the positioning gets better, the physicality of your wrestling goes up, speed, timing, all those things start to matter. So today I know it's a really elite group of young guys. I'm excited to be here. Can't thank Coach Seiko enough for bringing me in, letting me share the mat with you guys today. I can promise you there will be many of you here we will probably recruit down the road. We really have had great success with the Ohio guys we've recruited in Michigan, and we're going to continue to recruit Ohio heavily. I think it's a great wrestling state. I grew up in the state of Illinois, and when I was competing in high school, national events, even for my high school team, Ohio was one of the very top states. My senior year in high school, St. Ed's was ranked. I think at that time St. Ed's was ranked 1 or 2. North Allegheny, Pennsylvania was 1 or 2, and then we were 3. And it's always been one of the top states. So we want to continue to recruit this state. I don't know how far most of you guys live from here, but this is. It took me 2 hours to drive here from Ann Arbor, Michigan. So it's a great spot. I like to recruit. We recruit the whole country, but there's like a 6-hour radius I really like to recruit because I feel like it's a good distance from home, and we have a lot of success with guys in that range. So Ohio kind of fits that really well, and you guys got a great state. So look forward to spending a lot of time with you guys today, getting you more familiar with me, our program, and I would say the one thing, just as we're doing stuff, just a lot of success that we've had this age group and up when I was running my club, just consistency. Just being really consistent in the way you're trying to learn wrestling, in the way you're drilling and learning the skills, developing those skills. Consistency with your drilling and stuff is really important. Paying really close attention to the details, small details. Sometimes those don't sink in. Some of you really much younger guys in here, sometimes those won't start to sink in, and they won't really start to click until you get a little older. But try to pay really close attention to all the small stuff, small details, super important. That's the difference in like getting those attacks or finishing, as you continue to move up different levels of wrestling or against different levels of opponents. Super important. Okay, we'll talk about some of that stuff as we're going. I'm going to keep things moving pretty fast today, but make sure as I'm walking around, don't hesitate to ask questions while I'm here. Get as much out of it as you can. All right, we'll do probably 15-20 minute warm up. Get good and warm. Warm up, as you're thinking about your warm up, it's part of getting your body ready, but warm up's also part of getting your mind ready. Getting really ready to move your body, activate your muscles, be fast, start to activate your mind, open up, be ready to learn, and really focus on paying attention to details. Try to incorporate a lot of different things with warm up, just agility, explosiveness, getting your body loose, hot, okay? And then we'll get into, like I said, about an hour technique. Try to keep it moving pretty fast, and we'll get some hard wrestling too. Any questions? No? You guys are eating. All right, let's get up. Let's get one. Start jog.